What up, it's Dane, and in this video I'm going to telling you the 5 biggest mistakes that people make when trying to build muscle, right? So let's get it. Okay, before I get into mistake number 1, make sure to watch the whole video because I see people make mistakes like this day in day out all the time. So anyway, mistake number 1 is not lifting heavy enough, right? I see people day in day out come into the gym, dropping on isolation exercises, obviously meaning you can't lift the most amount of weight as you can, right? In every single workout, mechanical tension has to be in your workout, right? Mechanical tension is just basically getting stronger over a period of time. This, in my recommendation, and not even a recommendation, even stats shows this, get stronger on the compound exercises, right? The compound exercises are going to allow you to lift the most amount of weight. And when you lift the most amount of weight, also do concentrate on the form, right? You don't want to just load up the bar with shit form and stuff like this, right? So mistake number 1 is definitely people are not lifting heavy enough on the compound exercises, and they pay way too much attention to the isolation exercises and following their favorite bodybuilder's routine that's obviously enhanced. Okay, so mistake number 2 is people are not hitting their muscle group often enough, right? I see people all the time coming to the gym 6 days a week, training one muscle group every workout. For example, some might come into the gym training chest, shoulder, just chest on Monday, Tuesday shoulder, stuff like this, the typical bro split. And this comes again from following their favorite bodybuilder's routine. And this just doesn't work for natural lifters. Research has clearly shown that training a muscle group at least twice a week is optimal for maximizing muscular hypertrophy. Anything more than that, I don't know, research hasn't told me that. My hypothesis is that training a muscle group more than say 4 or 5 times a week may become detrimental, but that's just a hypothesis. I'm not sure about that. But the whole takeaway here is train your muscle group at least twice a week. Start following your favorite bodybuilder's routine that's taking some shit. It doesn't work for naturals, man. Mistake number 3, this one's real annoying, is people concentrating way too much on a protein intake before the calorie balance. Okay, protein intake is important, but just think of it like a pyramid, right? At the top is calorie balance, then protein intake. This is real important. You're not going to build muscle no matter how much protein you eat if you're not eating in calorie surplus, right? I see a lot of teenagers and just new beginners coming to the gym getting like 5 protein shakes down them after every workout, in the morning when I wake up, stuff like this, but then they end up not even hitting the calorie surplus goal, right? So mistake number 3 is people neglecting the calorie balance and worrying about the small minor things like supplements beforehand. Okay, mistake number 4, and this is a big one, I'm not even sure I left it till almost last, and that's sleep, right? A lot of people are not getting enough sleep, and it's so important. People don't even realize. Think about it. When you go to the gym, you put stress on your body, stress on your body, stress on your body. Never mind other factors that are going in your life that provides more stress. Your body's getting real stress. It's not going to be able to recover enough. And when you're lifting heavy, when you're trying to apply mechanical tension, recovery needs to be on point, right? So the takeaway here is sleep at least 8 to 9 hours per night in order to optimize your recovery. And every single time, I promise you, every single time I have like 5 to 7 hours sleep, my workout the next morning is real shit. Every single time I feel lethargic, tired. And if you're the same, it just clearly shows you get more sleep. Track how much sleep you get and see the results. Okay, so mistake number 5, the last mistake, and probably one of the biggest, is not applying progressive tension overload, right? This is basically adding more weight onto the bar. And I know so many people, I see this day in, day out, once again, they come to the gym, lift the same amount of weight. I come back to that same gym a year's time, and they're still putting the same amount of weight on the bar, right? So again, they're not applying the most important factor when it comes to muscle growth, progressive tension overload followed by volume, right? That's real important. They're not applying progressive tension overload. So if this is you, make sure you're lifting heavier weights time after time. Obviously, if you're intermediate and advanced lifter, it's going to become a bit more difficult, but it definitely, if you're a beginner and you're starting out, you need to be adding more weight onto the bar. But real important also to note that you need to be doing this with correct form. That don't start adding loads of weight onto the bar if you can't handle the weight properly yet. So make sure your form's down. Anyway, that was the 4 biggest mistakes. In fact, the 5 biggest mistakes. That's just a mistake from me that people are making day in day out in the gym. I see this all the time and it pisses me off. I really do get angry about it. I don't know if I should, but it just really annoys me that there's a lot of shit information out there that are telling people to worry about meal timing, if that's really important, like have a protein shake right after your workout, follow this bro split, There's typical knowledge that people still have today, right? I know some people might disagree, and that's fine, but science and research clearly has shown this, and you know what, it's worked for me, right? It's worked for me. I'm not saying I've got a very good physique, but I've definitely packed on some mass in a short amount of time, so I think I know what I'm talking about here. Again, I'm not saying I know everything, because once you think you know everything, you know nothing. I clearly don't know everything, but I do know the basics. So anyway, this was the 5 most common mistakes, and one thing to know as well, I always say one thing to know, I haven't really actually made these mistakes too much, because I learned about the information almost before I started training, right? Even during training I was thirsty for the information. So if you're as well, make sure to subscribe down below in order to get all my videos. Like, I post 3 videos a day, man. That's surely got to be enough for you. Leave a comment. In fact, that gives you a selection, right? Stay positive, stay smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.